Hello and a very good morning to all of you. My name is Vasam Ismail and you are watching Good Morning Sri Lanka here on MTV Sports. And yes, it is the big day that we've all been waiting for. Needless to say, it is the 14th of February. It's a beautiful Thursday, and yes, it is Valentine's Day. And of course, I was talking a little bit about Valentine's Day yesterday, and I was mentioning that, I'm sure that most of the girls out there are excited and maybe a little bit nervous to see what their partners and their loved ones have in store for them, and I'm sure the boys out there are excited as well. Now, I did mention to you that today Valentine's Day is not just about having a wife or a fiance or a girlfriend. It's a general celebration of love. So you can spend it with your parents or your loved ones, your siblings, whoever it is that matters to you. This is the day that you can express your love to them, and you don't have to be sad, because if you are single, I am single myself, and I am spending it with a very close friend of mine who's Oshi, and I'm sure she'll be thrilled to know that I mentioned her name on air if she is watching. Like I said, if you have loved ones out there, this is the day to spend it with them. And also, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about Valentine's, since it is that time of the year. Actually, I've got some interesting fun facts which I want to share with you about Valentine's, and here we go. Right, listen to this. About 1 billion Valentine's Day cards are exchanged in the US each year. That's the largest seasonal card sending occasion of the year, next to Christmas. Women purchase 85% of all Valentine's items, and in order of popularity, Valentine's Day cards are given to teachers, children, mothers, wives, sweethearts, and pets. And of course, I did tell you that Sashain, one of the co-hosts at Good Morning Sri Lanka, will be spending it with his pet. Needless to say, his pet means a lot to him, and indeed we do have some interesting facts about pets now, which I will share a little later on how people spend their Valentines with pets. And of course, parents receive 1 out of every 5 Valentines. About 3% of pet owners will give Valentine's Day gifts to their pets. Valentine's Day and Mother's Day are the biggest holidays for giving flowers. Also worldwide, over 50 million roses are given for Valentine's Day each year. 73% of people who buy flowers for Valentine's Day are men, while only 27% are women. Men buy most of the millions of boxes of candy and bouquets of flowers given on Valentine's Day. Now, the Italian city of Verona, where of course Shakespeare's lovers Romeo and Juliet lived, receives about 1,000 letters addressed to Juliet every Valentine's Day, believe it or not. Yes, and Richard Cadbury invented the first Valentine's Day candy box in the late 1800s. Alexander Graham Bell applied for his patent on the telephone, an improvement in telegraphy, on Valentine's Day in 1876. And of course, amongst the earliest Valentine's Day gifts were candies. The most common were chocolates in heart-shaped boxes. So yeah, that's a little bit of facts when it comes to Valentine's Day, and I'm sure you guys have lots of things planned out today as well. Of course, I hope you've already got your gifts for your loved ones. I did tell you to get them yesterday. When I did tell you this yesterday, of course, I hope you were waiting for the right moment today to buy the flowers, because the ladies always love their flowers fresh. Also, when it comes to Valentine's Day, there are a lot of people. There's a lot of superstition around it, and I'm just going to share a few facts about some of the superstitious beliefs when it comes to the whole celebrations of Valentine's. And if I'm to tell you, if an apple is cut in half, the number of seeds found inside the fruit will indicate the number of children that individual will have. To be awoken by a kiss on Valentine's Day is considered lucky. On Valentine's Day, the first guy's name you read in the paper or hear on the TV or radio will be the name of the man you will marry. Now these are all superstitions, mind you, which I'm just sharing with you. You don't need to be too panicked about it. If you see a squirrel on Valentine's Day, you will marry a cheapskate who will hoard all your money. If you see a goldfinch on Valentine's Day, you will marry a millionaire. If you see a robin on Valentine's Day, you will marry a crime fighter. Maybe they mean Batman, I'm not sure. If you see a flock of doves on Valentine's Day, you will have a happy, peaceful marriage. And if you find a glove on the road on Valentine's Day, your future beloved will have the other missing glove. So some interesting superstitions which I'm sharing with you. Like I said, I mean, these are all just interesting things to know about, but just don't get too panicked and don't think on it too deeply. And also, of course, you do know that here at MTV Sports we conducted an interesting promotion which started a few weeks ago, where we were sending 10 lucky winners to Cinnamon Bay in Berola for a special Valentine's treat. And of course tonight they will be enjoying the treat, and we at MTV Sports would like to thank them for sharing their life stories with us. And of course stay tuned over the weekend to enjoy some recaps of this evening on how they are going to be spending the treat which MTV Sports awarded them. Also, just a little bit more facts coming your way on Valentine's Day. Apparently, these are facts which were stated, these are actually reliable facts that were stated over the internet. Colombia is one of the largest exporters when it comes to flowers in the Valentine season, and they will export 500 million flowers for Valentine's Day. Yes, and apparently in Colombia, flowers create job opportunities for over 200,000 Colombians, and the dispatch of 500 million flowers on 28 daily flights destined for many international markets, particularly the United States, Canada and some European countries, loaded primarily with roses and farm-made boutiques. Later on in the show, I'm just going to talk a little bit more about some interesting Valentine's Day facts, but right now I'm going to take you on to a small story about a 12-year-old Belgian boy who managed to sneak into the international departure zone of the Brussels airport. And the boy managed to evade security checks and fly to the southern Spanish city of Malaga without a boarding pass or identification. How about that? The child told the security officer that he was waiting for his mother, who was retrieving the baggage. Anyway, the officer reported the case, which is what was reported. And when questioning the boy's uncle, his uncle said that his nephew had run away from home after an argument with a school teacher. And the boy's parents had reported him missing on Thursday. And we do have a little clip about the story. Just check this out.
An investigation was launched into how a 12-year-old Belgian boy managed to sneak into the international departure zone of the Brussels airport and board a plane bound for Spain on Sunday. The boy managed to evade security checks and fly to the southern Spanish city of Malaga without a boarding pass or identification. CCTV footage will be inspected and an investigation will look into how the boy managed to pass security checks in Belgium and board the Jet Air flight.
That's a little bit about that story about the 12-year-old Belgian boy. Of course, I find it quite remarkable, and it's quite interesting that he actually managed to pass through all that security indeed. Of course, we will be going in for a short commercial break in a little while, but when we do come back, we will be talking to a few very interesting guests, and they've got a nice theatre project lined up, which is indeed happens to be one of my favorite topics as well. So don't go away, stay right here, and we'll be back very shortly on Good Morning Sri Lanka, right here at MTV Sports.